Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling completely exhausted? Not because parenting your autistic child was hard that day, but because of something somebody said to you. Maybe someone told you he doesn't look autistic. Or all kids do that sometimes. Maybe somebody suggested your child only needed stricter parenting, less screen time, or more discipline. And maybe you smiled politely, while inside you felt angry, hurt, or completely misunderstood. We know that feeling very well. As parents of an autistic son, we have heard comments over the years that people probably thought were harmless, helpful, or even supportive. But many of those words stayed with us for a long time because they minimized our child, dismissed our struggles, or made us feel alone. Today, we want to talk honestly about the things people say to autism parents that are actually hurtful, why these comments happen so often, how they affect families, and 5 practical ways parents can protect themselves emotionally while also helping others understand autism better. When our son was younger, we spent a lot of time questioning ourselves. Every meltdown in public felt like people were watching us. Every difficult moment felt judged. And honestly, some comments from others made that feeling even worse. One of the first painful things we heard was, "He just needs boundaries." Another person once said, "You are too soft on him." At the time, we were already emotionally exhausted. We were researching autism late at night, attending appointments, managing sensory overload, handling sleep struggles, and trying to understand our child's world better. Hearing those comments made us feel like people believed we were failing as parents. But over time, we learned something important. Most people do not understand autism deeply enough to realize how hurtful some statements can be. If you are raising an autistic child and you have experienced moments like this, please subscribe to our channel at https://www.youtube.com/@neuroparenting-b4p. We share honest experiences, emotional realities, and practical advice from our journey as parents of an autistic son, so that other families never feel completely alone. One of the most common hurtful comments we heard was, "But he seems normal." At first, people may think this sounds positive, but for many autism parents, it can feel deeply invalidating. What people often mean is that our child does not match their stereotype of autism. Maybe our son made eye contact that day, maybe he spoke clearly, maybe he smiled or interacted socially for a few minutes. What they did not see was the enormous effort behind those moments. They did not see the anxiety building internally. They did not see the sensory overload happening quietly. They did not see the exhaustion after masking all day. Autism is not always visible. And comments like that can make parents feel like they must constantly prove their child's struggles are real. We remember once leaving a family gathering where someone said, "I think he'll grow out of it." That comment stayed in our minds for days, not because we believed it was true, but because it showed how misunderstood autism still is. Autism is not a phase. Our son was not pretending. And hearing people minimize his experience made us feel protective and frustrated at the same time. Another painful comment many autism parents hear is, "You should make him behave." This one hurts deeply because it assumes autism-related struggles are simply bad behavior. There is a huge difference between a child refusing to cooperate and a child being overwhelmed. For example, our son once had a meltdown in a grocery store because of loud noises, bright lights, and unexpected changes. A stranger looked directly at us and said, "That child needs discipline." In that moment, we felt embarrassed, angry, and helpless all at once. But later, we realized something important. People often judge situations they do not understand. Many people have never experienced sensory overload. They cannot imagine how physically painful environments can become for autistic children. That realization helped us stop internalizing every opinion, and honestly, that emotional shift was incredibly important for our mental health. Another difficult statement people often say is, "You must have known something was wrong early on." Comments like this can create guilt. Many autism parents already replay the past constantly in their minds. We asked ourselves so many questions. Did we miss signs? Did we do enough? Could we have helped sooner? Parents already carry enormous emotional pressure. Adding blame or judgment only increases that burden. The truth is that every child develops differently. Some autistic children show clear signs early, others mask extremely well. And many parents spend years trying to understand behaviors before receiving answers. No parent benefits from shame. Support helps, judgment does not. One comment that surprised us the most was, "At least he's high functioning." We understand that people usually mean well when they say this, but functioning labels can actually be harmful. On difficult days, our son struggled enormously, even if he appeared capable externally. And on good days, people assumed he no longer needed support. Labels often oversimplify very complex experiences. They can also create unrealistic expectations. When people called our son high functioning, schools sometimes overlooked his emotional exhaustion because he appeared academically capable. Meanwhile, at home, we saw the full impact. We saw shutdowns, we saw anxiety, we saw burnout. We saw a child working twice as hard just to survive environments that overwhelmed his nervous system. Another painful thing autism parents hear is, "I could never handle a child like that." Even if unintended, statements like this can feel heartbreaking because our child is not a burden. Our child is a human being. Yes, parenting can be challenging. There are difficult days, there is exhaustion, there is advocacy, but there is also joy, there is laughter, there is deep connection, there are beautiful moments people never see. When someone speaks about autistic children as tragedies or unbearable burdens, it affects how society views them. And eventually, children hear those messages too. That is why language matters, very deeply. Over time, we realize that many hurtful comments happen because people are uncomfortable with differences they do not understand. Autism challenges many assumptions people have about communication, behavior, emotions, and parenting. Some people try to simplify autism because complexity makes them uncomfortable. Others unintentionally project their own parenting experiences onto situations that are completely different. And sometimes people simply speak without thinking. Understanding this did not erase the hurt, but it helped us stop viewing every comment as a personal attack. One of the biggest changes we made was learning how to respond calmly instead of emotionally. In the beginning, we either stayed silent or became defensive. Neither approach helped us feel better. Eventually, we started preparing simple responses ahead of time. For example, when someone said, "He just needs discipline," we learned to respond calmly with something like, "Actually, he's autistic." And sensory overload can make situations very difficult for him. Not every person became understanding immediately, but many people responded better once autism was explained clearly and calmly. That brings us to the first practical tip. Choose education over confrontation whenever possible. This does not mean tolerating cruelty. It means recognizing that some people genuinely lack knowledge. Short, calm explanations often work better than emotional arguments. Simple statements like, "Autism can affect sensory processing." "He is overwhelmed, not misbehaving." "She communicates differently." These explanations can slowly build understanding. The second practical tip is to stop feeling responsible for everybody's opinions. This took us years to learn. Not everybody will understand autism. Not everybody will agree with your parenting decisions. And honestly, some people may continue judging no matter what you explain. You cannot control other people's understanding. You can only control how much power their opinions have over your emotional well-being. Once we stopped trying to gain approval from everyone around us, we felt emotionally lighter. We focused more on our son's needs and less on public judgment. The third practical tip is to create a support system with people who truly understand. This changed everything for us. Connecting with other autism parents helped us feel less isolated. For the first time, we could speak openly without explaining every detail. Other parents understood sensory overload. They understood meltdowns, they understood school struggles, and they understood the emotional exhaustion that comes from constant advocacy. Support systems matter because isolation increases emotional burnout. Whether it is online communities, support groups, close friends, or understanding family members, having safe people around you makes a huge difference. The fourth practical tip is to protect your child from harmful language whenever possible. Children hear more than adults realize. Even when they seem distracted or disengaged, they often absorb conversations deeply. We became much more careful about correcting harmful comments around our son. Not aggressively, but clearly. If someone spoke about him negatively, we tried to redirect the conversation respectfully, because children build self-worth from the messages surrounding them. And autistic children already receive constant correction from the world around them. They need home to feel emotionally safe. The fifth practical tip is to give yourself permission to step away from harmful people or environments. This was one of the hardest lessons for us. At first, we tolerated many uncomfortable situations because we wanted to avoid conflict. But eventually, we realized constant judgment was emotionally draining our entire family. Some relationships became healthier once boundaries were created, and some relationships became more distant. That was painful. But protecting our family's mental health mattered more. You are allowed to leave conversations that become harmful. You are allowed to set boundaries. You are allowed to protect your peace. One thing that helped us emotionally was remembering that our son did not need everybody's approval to have value. He did not need to appear normal to deserve kindness. He did not need to hide his autism to deserve respect. And honestly, we as parents needed that reminder too, because the pressure to constantly explain, defend, and justify your child can become overwhelming. There were moments where we felt emotionally exhausted from trying to educate the world. And during those moments, we had to remind ourselves that our primary responsibility was not changing everybody's opinion, it was supporting our son. That mindset shift gave us peace. We also noticed something important over the years. The more confidently we accepted our son's autism, the less power judgmental comments had over us. In the beginning, comments hurt more because we were still processing our own fears and uncertainties. But as we learned more about autism and understood our son better, we became more grounded. We stopped viewing autism as something shameful. And once that internal shift happened, outside opinions affected us less. That does not mean hurtful comments stopped hurting completely. Some days are still difficult, especially when comments come from family members, teachers, or people close to us. But now we respond differently. Instead of feeling ashamed, we feel protective. Instead of questioning our child, we question the misunderstanding. And honestly, that emotional change has been incredibly healing. If you are parenting an autistic child right now and feeling emotionally exhausted from judgment, please remember this. Other people's misunderstanding does not define your child, and it does not define your parenting. You are navigating experiences many people cannot fully understand unless they live them themselves. The sleepless nights, the advocacy, the therapy appointments, the school meetings, the sensory struggles, the emotional regulation, the constant worrying, and also the beautiful moments, the unique perspectives, the honesty, the deep interests, the joy your child brings into your life. Autism parenting is not simply hardship. It is a different journey, and families deserve compassion instead of judgment. Looking back now, one of the greatest things we learned was that we do not need to convince everybody to understand autism perfectly. We only need to create environments where our child feels accepted, safe, and loved. That became our focus. And honestly, it changed the atmosphere in our family completely. We became less focused on outside approval and more focused on emotional safety. We became less afraid of judgment and more confident advocating for our son. And most importantly, our son began growing up in a home where he understood that being autistic was not something shameful. If there is one thing we hope parents take away from this video, it is this: people's words can hurt deeply, but those words do not define your child's worth. Your child deserves understanding. Your child deserves patience. Your child deserves support. And you deserve compassion too. Please remember that you are doing something incredibly difficult while carrying emotional pressures many people never see. And despite all of that, you continue showing up for your child every single day. That matters more than any judgmental comment ever will. If this video helped you feel understood or less alone, please subscribe to our channel at https://www.youtube.com/@neuroparenting-b4p. We share real experiences, honest conversations, and practical support from our journey parenting an autistic son. And we would love for you to be part of this community.